Football. Records trace the history of soccer back more than 2,000 years ago to ancient China, Greece, Rome, and parts of Central America also claim to have started the sport. But it was England that transitioned soccer, or what the British and many other people around the world call football, into the game we know today. The English are credited with recording the first uniform rules for the sport, including forbidding tripping opponents and touching the ball with hands. It all began in England, when rugby football and association football branched off their different courses and the Football Association in England was formed, becoming the sport's first governing body.
His touch again and movement is nice. Here's Morales. Oh, and it's just got a foot, I think, from Tim Howard.
According to the Federation International du Football Association, FIFA, more than 240 million people around the world play soccer regularly. Today, football is one of the most loved sports in the world, and this provides a perfect opportunity for many young people to make an income. The question is, how?
According to Ali radiallahu anhu, he says that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to walk not very slow and not very fast. And the Prophet alayhi salatu wasallam was physically fit. And we know that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had a flat tummy. The Prophet and the Sahabas, they were people who were they were physically fit and they were very strong people.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than the weak believer, while there is good in both." The Prophet himself participated in swimming, archery, running, and horse riding, and encouraged parents to involve their children in these sports.
Umar radiallahu anhu, he knew that as an ummah, if we want to be ummah that will be of benefit, then we should be mentally and spiritually and physically fit.
Sports has been used to change the livelihoods of various people across the globe, with various football players opening hospitals and schools through their salaries.
As an Egyptian, as a Muslim, the songs that people are singing, I'll be a Muslim too. I mean, how do you feel about all of that? I mean, it's
fantastic.
It's a big change.
It's just fantastic. It's fantastic to have him around. Yeah? We have the typical things before a game. He's Muslim and he is doing all the things what Muslims are doing before a game.
So why are Muslims lagging behind in sports in Kenya?
You see, unlike the churches, they have very good grounds for football. And I remember when we were young, we played basketball in the church, we played table tennis in the church, we played football in the church. And most of the masajids, if not all, they don't have anywhere to play. I think this is number one reason why as Muslims, we are lagging behind in sports. And there is always that misconception whereby some people think that sports is not part of Islam. And that is why they tell us, like you sheikhs, you have tummies, You see, and most of us, we are unfit. The Prophet had broad shoulders, which shows that he was physically fit. And then the Prophet had a flat tummy.
Various organizations have set up plans and workshops, especially in slums, to help develop the youth and take them away from the challenges, including drug abuse, with more stories being a success.
If we want our youths not to be involved in drugs, then we must have something for them inside the masajid. Then we have to involve them in sports. The masajid committee, they have to organize some sports for the young people.
They say a healthy nation is always a wealthy nation. Therefore, it is necessary to put emphasis on sports. With the increasing number of Muslims in the country and Kenya being known as a sports hub, it is a chance of a lifetime for Muslims to take part in sports.
Sports ni part and parcel ya Muislamu. Muislamu atakana ashiriki katika sports, ale vizuri, alale usingizi ambao unatosheleza na usiwe na stress na mafikra mingi.
Sports can help eradicate drug abuse, criminal activities, and immoral behaviors in our communities. One can think of healthy mind only in a healthy body. Both physical and mental well-being are the prerequisites of great achievements in man's life. The Kenyan Premier League Limited, KPL, has been mandated with a mission to build professionalism on and off the field in the Kenyan Premier League and its participating clubs, coaches, players, and referees, and ensure togetherness for the good of sport and nation. In 2015, KPL unveiled Puma as the official ball sponsor for the league, with its Puma Elite 1 ball as the official ball for KPL league matches and training. Alive and Kicking is an African social enterprise creating ethical employment and improving the health and quality of life of disadvantaged African youths.
Watu wengi tulikuwa tunaranda ambao tuko na kazi, wakatuita wakatufunza kazi mpaka tukachua. Mali imetusaidia, ni mali makubwa sana.
Imenisaidia manake saizi naweza at least nikajigaramia mimi mwenyewe, na inanipatia nafasi nikitoka, huwa naenda part time classes nikitoka hapa, inanilipia school fees na pia inanisaidia kwa mahitaji ndogo.
It is an organization that uses business practices to pursue charitable objectives. Established in 2004 by the late Jim Cogan, the organization aims to use the African continent's passion of sports to boost its economy.
The organization was started in 2004 by a guy known as Jim Cogan. He's a white man. So he came to pay a visit to Africa. He was a teacher initially. So he went to Tanzania, and that's where he saw someone was teaching a ball by the roadside. So this, it was not formal. So he thought of maybe how he can formalize, because this guy could depend on the passerbys, and maybe today or tomorrow he doesn't get some work to do. So for that day, there's no income for him. So he got an idea of how he can formalize and bring a few people together so that they can depend on something that can maybe generate their income day in, day out. So after going back to his country, he gathered some few people where they did a fundraising, and they started the organization, Alive and Kicking.
Located in Kenya and with branches in Zambia and Ghana, the organization makes hand-stitched durable sports balls that help create employment, help children engage in sports, and raise health awareness.
If I give you the first example of how HIV works, we will set up two teams, one called HIV FC, one called CD4 United. We play a five-a-side match, but when a team scores, the other team loses a player. And we play like that for maybe 15-20 minutes, and then we introduce the HIV. And we now say, you represent the HIV cells, and we discuss how that works in the body, and you represent the CD4 cells, and your job is to defend the immune system against infection and against HIV. So now, when you lose a player, you're becoming weaker, and HIV is getting stronger. If HIV lose a player and CD4 gain a player, that means you are making your body stronger, you are taking your antiretrovirals, you're leading a healthy lifestyle, and you're battling against HIV. And that way you can lead a healthy life for many, many years to come.
Sustainable employment, this is whereby we provide employment to the less fortunate people in the society. You find like most of our employees are not that much running, and also for the housing, they live in the informal housing sectors. So most of them are gone up to maybe the primary level of education, like 90% of them, and some of them have never even stepped into a classroom. The other category that we look at is the people with disabilities. We also give them a chance to try what they can do, and if they prove that they can do something, we also incorporate them. And the other category is those people who have been drug addicts. So after rehabilitation, we have given some employment to them.
So when Alive and Kicking came in place, they got an opportunity to come to Alive and Kicking and stitch these balls, and then by doing that, they got the employment. So we've got our sister branches in different countries. For instance, in 2007, we opened one in South Africa. 2008, we opened another one in Zambia. And in 2012, we opened another one in Ghana. So since then, we have grown despite the challenges.
With over 150 employees, more than 500 coaches, and over 750,000 hand-stitched bowls. With this is the journey of one of the top bowl-making organizations in Africa.
Kutengeneza mpira moja inachukua 1 hour 30 minutes. Kutengeneza 4 to 5 balls per day.
Okay, balls mimi utengeneza inategemea. Supervisor wetu akikuja mapema at least afungue 6, naweza nikashona 5. But job inafaa kwanza at least 8 ndio ishe by 4:30. So ikianza 8 ishe 4:30 inashona 4 balls.
According to Trends and Insights for Africa, TIFA Research Limited, 16% of Kenyan youth are most concerned about unemployment, 15% corruption, 12% poverty, 10% environmental pollution, and 9% tribalism in Kenya. According to a survey by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, KNBS, 7 million Kenyans are unemployed. Youth unemployment has been described as a ticking bomb, with frustrated young men and women exposed to drugs, prostitution, or even being lured into terrorism, something Alive and Kicking aims to change.
Hii job nimeifanya kwa almost 10 years. Imenisaidia kufanya maendeleo zangu, kusaidia watu, familia yangu, kujijenga kimaisha.
Imenisaidia kusomesha watoto mpaka hata saa hii mtoto wangu wa mwisho ako form 4 na nimekuwa nikifanya tu hapa.
Hii kazi naipenda kwa sababu ikuangi kazi ya kusumbua ama kazi mingi. Ni kazi unafanya ukiwa unajienjoy bila kutumia nguvu mingi na hakuna mtu anasapata kwa kuharakisha fanya hivi. Ni wewe peke yako unajimanage ama unajisurvive kufanya hii kazi.
The organization is using sports to raise health awareness to the community. As an organization, what are some of the challenges you experience?
Matatizo huwa inatupata wakati niko hapa. Nimeona kazi ikipungua, wengine wanatoka wanaenda. Haya, tunabaki hapa kama hatuna kazi, tunakuwa na challenges kama tunashona kama mipira 2 ama 1.5 kama market haiko sawa sana.
Challenge ya hii kazi ni hali kwa wakati ngozi imepungua ama orders zimekuwa jaje, inabidi wale ambao tumeingia wageni tunasimamizwa, tunaenda at least kiasi. Tena tunaongoja ikikuja ndio tunarudishwa.
The biggest challenge that we are facing is competition from the synthetic because this is the imports, because they are cheaper and they also produced by machines. So by that, for them, the cost of production, it's a bit cheaper for them.
So when the cheap balls come, then it becomes a little bit a challenge for us to sell the balls, our leather balls.
Customized bowls are used to carry special messages ranging from health to environment conservation.
We've gone to several schools, creating awareness on the deadly diseases like the HIV/AIDS, which is more vulnerable with the young, not forgetting also the handouts. We also created awareness on the deadly disease, also the malaria, how you can protect yourself from malaria, and also awareness on TB programs.
So if you can buy a ball with a certain message, by the time it runs to the hands of all these people, they have passed a different message.
Supporting local product is something Alive and Kicking has not had for a while, especially from the Kenya's top-tier league, the Kenyan Premier League.
They should try to support the local organizations that are looking to the well-being of their people, and also to encourage the social enterprises who may be exemption of paying taxes, because these are the organizations that are creating more opportunities for the people.
The process of bowl making is a long one and requires patience and dedication. At Alive and Kicking, working together has seen production improve on a daily basis.
Tuseme kama umeshona mipira zako 3, hiyo ndio production. Huwa tuko na production ya mipira 3 Hii yenye iko juu wanakulipa.
They say charity begins at home, meaning a person's first responsibility is for the needs of their own family and friends. Alive and Kicking has been in the forefront to ensure community service through the use of football that brings young people together.
We have managed to reach more than 180,000 children so far who are playing with our balls. At the same time, we have managed to create more opportunities for more people.
Alive and Kicking has helped transform many lives that has seen 96% of the staff having improved their living conditions on average each wage, supporting at least 6 members of the family. In 2005, UEFA donated 81,000 balls in Africa. Each one of them was hand-stitched at Alive and Kicking. The organization has donated over 100,000 balls. It aims to create an Africa where thousands of jobs are sustained through production of balls, where the use of sports eradicates life-threatening diseases, and where every child can play with a real ball.
Passion, dedication, skills, and empowerment are the ingredients that drive the employees, as you can see behind me, to be alive and kicking.